Hello, folks. This is going to be another Uncanny X-Men haunt. Oh my god. It has been far too long since I've done one of those. And that was part of the X-Men, by the way, but it has been far, far, far too long since I've actually had an Uncanny X-Men haunt. I mean, because I'm trying to complete the Claremont run, and I kept getting sidetracked, folks, honestly. I'm someone who tends to get sidetracked very easily. I mean, and that was no exception. I mean, I started getting first appearances, and then I started really, really trying to get some really good Doctor Doom stories, and I neglected my poor X-Men. But no more. Okay, maybe if I don't get maybe some more, because I did buy something else that I did get sidetracked on with Cacti, and then I bought something else. But after this, no more. Time to really focus on getting this run together because I still got ways to go. But anyway, Uncanny X-Men 166 right here. This is a whole. I'm going in reverse order, by the way, too. So yeah, I'm doing that. So this is like the last part to the first Brood story, and I don't think I really need to say anything about the Brood story arc. I mean, it was awesome. The Brood story arc was just amazing. I mean, I enjoyed reading it. Great characterization as always. Wolverine kicks ass. And this is right before when he realized that Professor Xavier right before they realized Professor Xavier had an egg in him. So it's a very good story. I'm telling you this right now. Of course, 165, the other part to the Brood, and the Brood already laid eggs in the X-Men, and so this is her Storm trying to. Well, she's fighting it off, and she kind of used the assistance of another species that these Brood pretty much took over. So that's again the Brood story arc. They're always fun to read, always entertaining. I mean, you could always have a good laugh. So I really enjoyed these. So that was 165. And that's admittedly was a little difficult because it was kind of more abstract things to talk about. So it was a little more abstract, but still very solid. 164. Now, this is, of course, binary. This is pretty much when Carol Danvers becomes binary and more powerful than her Miss Marvel persona. Because as you know, Rogue took away her powers and her memory. She was a blank slate, and she was with the X-Men for a while. And, well, this is when she becomes binary. And I gotta say, I really love the cover to this. I mean, it's really, really nice. I mean, it's just a really great cover. I really enjoy it. And you could just see the characters up in front and personal. And God, man, she really, really, really developed some huge, great powers from this story arc. I mean, it was really amazing. And Kitty Pryde does her best too. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The story arc is just so awesome. Uncanny X-Men 163. Of course, this is a Brood story arc. Still continuing that. Oh, nope, that's just on the damn polybags. But yep, as you can tell, Kitty Pryde's in this, and she's still not trained yet. She's still relatively a young kid, and she has to play a big part. She has to go into space, use her powers, make sure Nightcrawler doesn't die out there, try to survive herself, and that's a lot of to ask for someone who's not sufficiently trained and who's only like what I think she was like 13, 14 at the time. So, and as I said before, I can understand why people would say Kitty Pryde are her favorite because after reading something like a huge run, which I read like 167 to 300, just to see the character grow and the way she developed, it's just you can see why people kind of had an attachment to her. It was a great character, still is a great character, and you felt like it's like you watched her grow, after reading that run. So. Again, off topic a little. 162. It's another Brood. It's all the Brood story arc. The first one. This is Wolverine when he's fighting for his life. He's fighting against the Brood, and the Brood laid eggs in him. But his healing factor actually managed to kill the egg, and he's managed to survive. So he was developing all these nasty characteristics and trying to, but like I said, his healing factor took care of the egg. So it was really, really cool to see that. So it's a really good Wolverine story as well, and it's part of the Brood story arc, which I enjoy. So that was awesome. The Uncanny 162. I got Uncanny X-Men 161. Sorry, folks. Salsa, chips, you name it. So that was Uncanny X-Men 161. And this is pretty much like a kind of not an origin story, but like a, what's the right word? A flashback story. And it kind of tells like some of the beginnings of Professor Xavier and Magneto, because how they were one friend, kind of like how they met, and it tells like how what happened, like what was not the complete falling out, but some of the actions that he took. So it's a really great flashback story to see Magneto and Professor Xavier before he's in a wheelchair, and then he got crippled, and then before he went in a wheelchair again, and probably got crippled, and then before he went in a wheelchair. So it was really good to see that, and it's really interesting just to see the dynamic, how these two used to actually get along and work together. It was quite a different thing. So I enjoyed it. That was 161. Uncanny X-Men 160. Now this is actually a very good story. This is the issue where Colossus' sister, who goes by Magic now, she's in Cyclops' team, goes by Magic, Ileana, Magic, whatever you want to call it. This is where the issue where she actually ages, because she was a little girl and she actually ages like to around Kitty Pryde's age. And this is the issue where this happened. It's a very well done issue, very good, very solid. It's very well written, and like I said, just the way that she aged, which is absolutely amazing, because she was in, because Kitty Pryde was trying to pull her away from Limbo, and she was in there for maybe like 5 seconds. And when he pulled her out, she was like 13 years old. So she aged rapidly, and for them, it was only 5 seconds. For her, it was years upon years that she was in there. So it was a very solid issue. Definitely, all these that I have are definitely worth checking out. If you find them, like you don't know what to get, if you're looking through back, they're definitely worth it. And yeah, you're reading that right, folks. And this isn't my lard, by the way. And this is Uncanny X-Men 142. And I don't think I need to tell everyone what the storyline is. Day the Future's Past. Yes, folks, yes. It's the Day the Future's Past story arc. So I was very happy to get this, and very happy to get this before that freaking movie's gonna come out, because when that movie comes out, the price is gonna go. Wait a minute. It's gonna go up. And so it's probably best to get this sooner or later, and it's probably best to get this sooner than later. And if the movie does come out, then you probably want to wait later to get it out, to get that, until people start forgetting about the movie. But I know the price is gonna go up after that, so I wanted to get it before that, and I did, because just for like Batman 497, where Bane breaks Batman's back. That book should not be going for $10 or $20 at all. It is worth $5 max, and that's me being generous. It is not worth that much, and just the movie really skyrocketed. And so Uncanny X-Men 142, and God man, it's just, I remember when I got it, I read this, and you'll see the next one. I read this story arc, and it was just like, I closed the book, and it's like, that's a story. It's like, this is what a comic book should be. This is why I read comic books, for stories like this. And not to say the artwork isn't too shabby either, by the way, but God, so good. I don't think I need to say enough. And it is true, everybody does die except Catherine Pride and Rachel Gray. So, oh man, yeah, I can't say enough about this. And of course, you knew that was coming. Uncanny X-Men 141, a nice reader's copy of this. It's definitely, yeah, it is the reader's copy. This is in better shape than that. This is like a solid fine. This is probably like a VG, VG minus, somewhere around there. It's got like a little thing there, but folks, like I said, I'm not a millionaire. Everything's intact. Everything's readable. And there's nothing incredibly distracting that takes away from the artwork or the cover. So I'm happy with it. And I can always upgrade later if I want to. 141, and this is a really good issue. This is like the first appearance of so many people. I think there's a lot of first appearances here. I know one of the first appearances in it is Rachel Gray. It's Rachel Gray. She goes by Rachel Gray now, but that's Cyclops and Jean Grey's daughter from this reality, the Days of the Future Past reality. She's actually in the current book now. She's gonna star in the upcoming X-Men title, the all-female X-Men title that's supposed to come out, which I'm gonna get. That's and which is really interesting too because out of Marvel did this whole Marvel Now stuff, and that is quite literally the only book that I am in that I really got excited. That I got excited about. Everything else is like, oh, another Avengers book, another X-Men book, and I just couldn't get excited about anything else. And it was like, oh, another Wolverine book. He's like in 5 books now, and but that all female X-Men book was the only one that I was like, oh, I'm excited to get that. So, but anyway, back on topic. Uncanny X-Men 141 again. I don't think I need to tell everyone the storyline and how good it is. I don't think I need to say it. It's really, really, really great. And we skip there to 139. Now, folks, I managed to plug in all my 160s because I had 167 to 300. I managed to plug in all the 160s, and I have all the 150s and all the ones and from and yeah, I have all 150s. So I can honestly say, I can literally, I mean literally, honestly say I have a straight run of Uncanny X-Men from 141 to 300. I have like straight. So I can honestly say that, and I have some change in between, like below. Like I have like this one right here. I got Uncanny Race 139. This is the classic. Welcome to the X Men. I hope you survived the experience. That's like a classic X Men thing. I mean, Kitty Pryde in here. This is where pretty much Wendigo makes an appearance in here too. So I was really happy to see that, and Kitty Pryde's kind of, what's the right word? She's kind of not officially joined the X Men, but she's the first time I think she may be in costume, and she's trying to get used to it, trying to get used to Nightcrawler, and pretty much Wolverine is trying to make peace with Alpha Flight and helping them track down the Wendigo, which scares the bejesus out of Nightcrawler. Well written and very entertaining as always, I gotta say. I have 132. So this is actually part of the Dark Phoenix saga. It's probably one of the cheaper books you can get from the Dark Phoenix saga, by the way, as well. But anyway, yeah, I got 132. This is pretty much when they didn't know if Sebastian Shaw's like, well, they didn't know his mutant ability, and they didn't know that the harder you hit him, the stronger he's gonna get, so he's just gonna knock the crap out of you, and that's what he kind of did to him, and he knocked the crap out of them. And Jean Grey, masterminds, company trick Jean Grey, and at the very last page, you have a picture. You have Wolverine pretty much in a Thor alone, because he's the last one left, ready to kick some ass. So that's how this ended. So it's a Dark Phoenix saga. Pick it up, folks. You're not gonna be disappointed. And the last one that I have is Uncanny X-Men 128. I didn't read this yet. And the reason I didn't read this was because I know this is part of the whole Proteus story arc. Proteus is, Moria McTaggart's son. And I know that's part of it. And I know she's like part of it. And so I haven't read this yet. So, needless to say, since I haven't read it, I can't really say anything about it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be good as well. Always. It's always going to be good. But the reason I haven't read it is because I want to get maybe 126 and 27 before I read it, so I can actually read the story arc and not be confused like I was in Saga 10. And so that is. Well, I guess I should show these. By the way, that's a double. That's a double. That's a double. That's a double. And this is a double. If anyone wants some, wants one of these, wants some, let me know. I think I might just end up sending this for free because I have too much stuff. So if anyone wants like 170, 169, 167, 68, or 163, let me know. Shoot me a PM. Those are all doubles. And yeah, that was my Uncanny X-Men haul, folks. That was my Uncanny. Well, I'm gonna leave that there. Hopefully that will be the thumbnail. But that was my Uncanny X-Men haul. So I have 141 to 300 straight, and I have about all of the 130s. So I still need 140, so I can say I have 140. I still need 140, and then I can say I have 139 to 300 straight. But I'm missing 140. I have I think about half of the 130s, because I have 130, which is the first appearance of Dazzler. I have 132. I have 135. I have 137 and I have 139. So I'm missing like half of the 130s. And pretty much the oldest one that I have is this one. The oldest book that I have is Uncanny X-Men 128. So I'm getting there slowly but steadily. I'm whittling it down. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks. This was another Uncanny X-Men haul, which was long overdue. But yeah, thanks for watching.